an address by His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
His Excellency Philemon Yagan, President of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Ambassadors, Heads of Delegations, and esteemed delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to address the 79th regular session of the United Nations General Assembly for the first time as President on behalf of the government and people of Liberia after a smooth back-to-back democratic transition. Liberia congratulates His Excellency Philemon Yagan on his election as President of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly. You can be assured of Liberia's support as you steer the affairs of the General Assembly. I extol His Excellency Dennis Francis for his astute leadership during his presidency of the 78th session of the General Assembly and commend his determination to inspire and rekindle hope globally. I deeply thank Secretary General Antonio Guterres for the remarkable and visionary leadership he continues to provide in pursuit of our collective mandate. Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the summer of 1945, Liberia joined other nations in San Francisco as one of the original signatories to the United Nations Charter. On that fatal day, the world, having suffered the scourge of war, was full of hope and determined to reverse the past. Nearly 80 years on, and reflecting on the preamble of the United Nations Charter, which declares our commitment to promote social progress and better standard of life and larger freedom, we ask the question, has our reaffirmation of faith in the dignity and worth of human person made 8 decades ago, had been realized? We must admit that the world has changed and the frontiers that we now embrace are different. In it, greed, insensitivity to the poor, the international drug epidemic, money laundering, dynamics of climate change, and the impact of social media must compel us to rethink our approach to global peace and security. Our beloved United Nations must undergo the institutional and philosophical reflections required to respond to the new age. As we assemble under this theme, unity in diversity for advancement of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for everyone, everywhere, it is important to recognize the shared values and collective efforts that come from our unity with diversity. We must acknowledge these as essential for the advancement of peace, sustainable development, and the inherent dignity of every human being worldwide. By doing so, we can build a better world where no one is left behind. Like many nations gathered at this assembly, Liberia recommits to the Sustainable Development Goals. Since the end of the country's conflict, we have strived to follow a development path that will lead to building a capable state. 12 years ago, we dared to dream of a future within the realm of possibility, harboring core national aspiration to transform the future. Named Liberia Rising or Vision 2030, it has been the driving force behind all of our planning efforts. The building of blocks and the tenets of Vision 2030 are significantly aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. Our government's arrest agenda is a comprehensive approach developed to address the economic and social needs of millions of Liberians, especially the youth, who account for 60% of our population. With emphasis on agriculture, roads, infrastructure, development, justice, and the rule of law, education, sanitation, health, and tourism, the agenda has mainstreamed the SDGs as is designed to take Liberia to the finish line of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. The fight against poverty, the promotion of human dignity, a steadfast commitment. Despite our progress, poverty remains a significant challenge, with over half of our population living below the poverty line. The Sustainable Development Goals aim to eradicate poverty in all forms by 2030, ensure social protection for the poor and vulnerable, improve the access to essential services. Liberia is dedicated to assessing the levels and the causes of poverty and implementing strategies to reduce it and promote shared prosperity. My government also acknowledges pressing need to address maternal and newborn mortality by implementing robust monitoring and evaluation of health services in the country to accelerate the reduction of maternal and newborn mortality. We are particularly blessed and pleased with the United Nations HC Joint Mission to Liberia this year, which concluded a commitment to combat the high burden of increasing newborn deaths. We welcome the United Nations General Assembly's decision to declare July 25th as the International Day of Women and Girls of African Descent this year. This significant milestone acknowledges that women and girls of African descent have unique opportunities, but they also have challenges that the global fight against slavery and racism is necessary to achieve gender equality. Liberia credits its credentials by producing the first woman president of the United Nations General Assembly, Angie Brooks Randall, and first female president of Africa, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Liberia has witnessed and continues to witness the immense contribution of women and girls of African descent in politics, culture, and every area of societal development. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Liberia has enjoyed uninterrupted peace for almost 2 decades, following the 14 years of civil conflict. During this time, we have held 4 democratic elections, with last year's election marking the 4th since the return to democratic order in 2006. In January this year, Liberia achieved a historic milestone by peacefully transitioning from one democratic government to the other. This progress is significant because before the 2018 transition, the last democratic transition occurred in 1944, about 74 years earlier. We are gradually fostering and solidifying our democratic culture, ensuring that democracy is here to stay in Liberia. Now it is time for our people to reap the democratic dividends. The rule of law is fundamental for peace, justice, strong institution, and dignity for human person. Liberia is taking significant strides towards openness, transparency, and accountability by empowering and supporting transparent institutions. Our government is committed to implementing audit recommendations by the General Audit Commission to restore public and donors' confidence in the governance system and improve regional and international cooperation. In addition, the country has taken a major step in confronting its conflict past to ensure accountability and justice for crimes and other human rights violations committed during the war and promote healing and national reconciliation. A significant development in our transitional justice process was the signing on May 2, 2024, of the Executive Order 131 to create the Office of Establishment of War and Economic Crime Court for Liberia, a key recommendation from the Truth and Reconciliation process in Liberia. Our actions align with the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, joint follow-up on impunity and past human rights violations. As we embark on the process and acknowledge the enormity of the task, my government seeks the support of the United Nations, partners, stakeholders in the pursuit of justice for victims, peace, and reconciliation. Liberia is facing a drug crisis that is affecting our youth and jeopardizing the country's future. This epidemic, driven by international criminal enterprises and their networks, poses a severe threat. In response, we have not only declared the drug epidemic a health emergency and a national security threat, but we have also been taking steps to address this issue by establishing a dedicated national body to tackle drug abuse in Liberia. I urge international community to join Liberia in addressing this escalating drug crisis. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the world is facing numerous crises, including global threats such as disease, security, and climate change, as well as food and resource shortages. Our vulnerabilities are evident, and we need to use a collective knowledge to find solutions that will preserve the planet for future generations. Climate change is undeniably real, and its threat to our environment and the way of life is becoming increasingly apparent. We must take urgent action to address this threat, including cooperative efforts to implement Article 6.2 of the Paris Agreement. Liberia, as the most forested country in West Africa, with over half of the land covered by forests, plays a vital role in biodiversity and environmental sustainability. As a result, our country is taking important steps to lead conversation on climate action. My government has called on our legislators and stakeholders to begin looking at the Paris Agreement, particularly under Article 6, to help advance actions towards establishing Liberia's nationally determined contribution to combat climate change. While we take these actions, we are mindful of the need to build capacity and invest in critical areas of our economy, such as using alternative financing for investment in the blue and green economy and technological transfer to support these climate actions. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the goal we set for ourselves and the future are better served on the foundation of peace and security. Having enjoyed peace for over 2 decades following a long-running conflict, we aim to promote peace and stability at home, in the region, and globally. The threat of conflict to our shared world underscores the importance of collaborative efforts to foster regional and global stability and peace. Therefore, we support all the UN's effort to address peace and security issues worldwide. Liberia is concerned about escalating security challenges in the West African region, including terrorism and economic and political instability. These pose significant threat to regional peace. So we urge full dialogue and cooperation among West African nations to address these issues effectively. Meanwhile, Liberia firmly stands with the rest of West Africa in the resolve to maintain our 50-year-old Regional Economic Commission, ECOWAS, intact. We oppose efforts to disintegrate our union and will not accept the region being used for proxy conflicts. We look at the AU and the UN to support us in keeping the regional body united. Similarly, at a global level, we call for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East to provide civilians an essential humanitarian relief. We urge both Israel and the Palestinians to engage in negotiations towards lasting peace, including a two-state solution. Additionally, we see the ongoing conflict in the Ukraine as a threat to global peace and security. Therefore, there is an urgent need for a peaceful resolution that also respects Ukraine's territorial integrity. Mr. President, Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this year's assembly is a pivotal moment for Liberia's bid to ascend to the African non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council 2026. We have proudly announced our candidacy. We look forward to the support of the member state to vote Liberia overwhelmingly to the seat of the Security Council. We can work with council members to promote peace, justice, and security. Liberia is dedicated to promoting sustainable growth and ensuring human dignity for all. Liberia is prepared to work together with the United Nations and global allies and international community to accomplish the sustainable development goals, establish a fair, peaceful, and sustainable world. The commitment to unity is deeply ingrained in Liberia's history as a founding member of the United Nations and a post-war international institution, as well as regional and sub-regional organizations. It also affirms our strong belief in multilateralism and international rules and based world built on shared values and principles are crucial to the future. The future of a more peaceful, prosperous, sustainable world must be all-encompassing, fair, and dignified to everyone worldwide. One United Nations, one world. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, folks, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Welcome to SKTV Live. Our man joining us today from the studio is Milborn, as always. Milborn, my man, what's going on? We just heard the president talking. We're delving into it in a little bit here, but how have you been, my man? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, and let me say before I find you, but even though that will be on Friday, and most definitely on Friday, I'm going to find you for staying away for some time now from the incoming DCOM. That alone is but anyway, thank you that at least you are on the air and you with us. Again, I'm doing great, even though the weather here is not too favorable with me the few times, but at least I'm okay. Thank God for life, and I'm moving on this Thursday like this. How about you? How are you doing too?
My man, Asupo.
Okay.
I've been following the politics. Asupo, we heard a old man speaking not too long ago. We got into the conversation about what he said. We also have the transcript. We'll read some of it, excerpts from there. Siku will be joining us here in a little bit. Folks, let's share the show, please. We have an interesting conversation to have today. A lot of things going on in Liberia, a lot of distractions, a lot of unseriousness to the public. But all in all, we want to say welcome to the show. Today is the 26th here of September 2024. The time here is 11:17 a.m. in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's share the show, folks. We want to say welcome to today's edition of SKTV. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Melbourne, a lot has been happening. I have been following. Yesterday, I followed you guys with the news, with the chairman you guys were on. A lot of things have been happening. But let's talk a little bit about international news, what's been happening from an international standpoint. Internationally, elections in the U.S., I think some early ballots or some early voting states, some states in the United States started voting already. I stand to be corrected. I think it's around the word. You and the rest of the world are aware of the arrest of Puff Daddy. I used to call him P. Diddy, Puffy Coon, whatever you want to call him. A lot of things. Hey, Mark, what's up? Mark Jabate, welcome to the show. Minister Mark Jabate, let me go minister to your name. Yeah, man, I'm minister, man. We got to respect him.
Yeah, we make them who was in content, please.
But also around the world, there's serious fight going on in the Middle East. We knew this was going to be evident because Israel is fighting, hitting Hezbollah, hitting this other place, hitting that other place, and these guys are coming back to hit them too. Was reading a couple of articles yesterday. Vladimir Putin is seriously threatening nuclear war just if the United States continue its support for Ukraine. As you heard President Jose Yuma Boyka talking, we'll get into the speech of President Jose Yuma Boyka. We'll get into the good part of it. We'll also get into the part of it that we believe the government needs to be criticized on. So there's a lot to talk about, Melbourne. I know Sekou will be joining us. Monk will be joining us, hopefully. We'll talk about Sekou saying sure. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show. How are you?
Just show face.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I've been giving him a hard time. I've been calling him in the morning.
You see, one thing about me is that I don't usually call any of you. I just text. By the time you reply, then I know that maybe you are.
Man, me, I don't call.
Yeah.
I can cost Melbourne. You sleep in the woke about force.
I can call him back to back. Just be calling. But Mr. Kana, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. I went to bed late this morning. That's why.
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, what actually happened? I was actually listening to the president's speech, and then I fell asleep. So, but I'm doing wonderful.
Okay.
Be here.
You are doing wonderful. Folks, yeah, help us share the show now. Tomorrow, please don't forget, tomorrow is Friday. Over the past few weeks, Mr. Kane, I know we haven't been meeting with our agenda and our quota, right?
No, that one part.
No, Mr. Kane, you know, you all give our people. You see, like the time I can count in now to
We're not giving up. We don't expect much anymore. There are certain people, no matter what, they will support us, but majority of people now gonna.
Some people just like our business. Some people not just like us, my brother.
Maybe what they don't like. Yeah, Steve, what you want to say?
No, but I will. Normally I can lead a charge of taking protests or whatever it is, but they won't. But I will give our people the benefit of the doubt tomorrow. They will not be mentioned tomorrow. Watch and see.
Okay.
tomorrow, that machine. Trust that. But anyway,
I think my brother James Marshall also, I know tomorrow won't be easy.
yeah, Mr. Cannon. So, Mr. Cannon, just to go to Labrador, from an international standpoint, anything caught your attention so far?
Yeah, as always, I've been following a lot of things, and Ukraine and Israel and Hezbollah and the campaign in the United States are things that have my attention so greatly. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the potential and the possibility of Donald Trump winning the election. I'm concerned about that. Um, you know, Ukraine President Zelensky is here in the United States, and he came to somehow say thank you to the people that that be making the company that is making the bomb, that they've been using in there to fight against Russia. The companies in Pennsylvania. He went there. He went to the plan to tell the people thank you and tell the United States thank you. But at the same time, he's planning to meet with Kamala Harris as well as with Donald Trump, because he doesn't know who's going to win, and nobody knows. Nobody can certainly say that this person is going to win the election. So it is important for us to be concerned about it. I'm concerned because I'm a Kamala Harris supporter, and I don't want Donald Trump to win. But the fact that Donald Trump is neck and neck with Kamala Harris in this election is concerning. Donald Trump is not supposed to be anywhere close to presidency. The man is a convicted fellow. He was convicted, on 34 counts. He has other investigations, associated with criminal activities. And besides that, his personality does not even represent any good moral, personality that can be fit for president. And majority of the people who are voting in this country, the white people are in majority, and most of the people that are supporting Donald Trump mostly are racist people. And there are a lot of people too who are ignorant, especially those who believe that Donald Trump, economy was good during Donald Trump time, because they don't know what's going on. Government is continuity. The investment that Obama did, whether it's the auto industry, whether it's other investment that Obama did, people say Obama, American people are not going to feel that economy would do Obama to be the next president. Many people believe that we're going to be Hillary Clinton. But Donald Trump, once you are president, whatever happens in one of your term, you're going to take the credit. So a lot of people think or believe that Donald Trump has some understanding about, on the economy when it comes to the country. Donald Trump by himself, Donald Trump invested in so many things that he went down. He failed. And Donald Trump, you ask him what are some of the economic plan, he's not going to tell you anything good, anything tangible. But people are supporting him, and I'm concerned about that. Secondly, Israel, if they don't be careful, there will be a full-scale war in the Middle East, because it seems like from all indication, the entire world wants to see peace in Israel and in the Middle East, but Benjamin Netanyahu believe that continuing the fighting will distract the people from him, because there's going to be election in that place, and he's fighting for his own political life. So the only way he can stay, as president is as prime minister, is continuing the war in Gaza and, creating more war, more reason to stay in power to fight. So that is concerning. The entire world is concerned about that. Ukraine is sucking the money from America. American people are concerned about that. It's even impacting this election. And America, when it comes to the international, or when it comes to the foreign policy of the United States, they are very hypocritical. Things that are bad in Ukraine are good in Palestine. Killing of children and women and vulnerable people in Israel, in Palestine, Israel is defending herself. But doing the same thing even less or worse in Ukraine is bad. So that's hypocrisy in American, foreign policy, but it is what it is. We live in the United States. Everything we ask for is the best for America, but not, what's going on with the foreign policy. So yeah, so internationally, those are things that concern me. Also, I listened to the president's speech, and I will definitely, have my take on that when we get to that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. Folks, let's share the show, please. Today we'll be going to the president's speech. We got a transcript also. Many of you listened to it yesterday. We played it here earlier. It's 19 or 20 minutes long, so we're not going to replay it for those of you who missed it. But you can also find it on YouTube and other places to watch. So Melbourne, can you update us a little bit on what's going on in Liberia? How's the atmosphere? How's everything? What's going on?
Well, so thank you, and let me say thanks to Sekou for joining us after all of the busy schedule and so forth. Yes, so let me just give you, like you said, some of the latest. Right now, as we speak, there's jubilant mood among citizens in red light. They are dancing up to the former president song of celebrating his pre-birthday. His birthday will be on the 1st of October, and they already start the pre-birthday celebration. So if you now go on the internet, you will see that there's jubilant moon in red light. People are celebrating for reaching best knowing to themselves. So let's move quickly to some of the late stories that have been going on, have to do with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, and that information came out last evening that the IMF board and management approved US 210 million for Liberia. As we honest, the information that we're getting is that the IMF management and executive board have approved a 40-month standard credit facility, or they call it the ECF arrangement, in the tune of US 210 million for Liberia. So that's the news coming from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. And quickly we'll move to, there are a lot of outcry when it comes to the bar rules. Every part of Liberia, especially at the rural end, there are people who are crying that indeed the road is getting, in fact, is bad off, and cars are not moving freely like it used to be. So there are a lot of outcry outside of the nation capital. Maneuver, people are complaining about bar rules. And on today, the Ministry of Public Works Minister said in less than 2 weeks, or in the next 2 weeks, the Ministry of Public Works will start to break down properties that are in the alley. So that's the information that the minister put out today, that there are horses that have been built alley, and all of the horses will be taken down so that water can be able to pass freely. So again, so far, these are some of the news back home. Apart from the news, nothing as we go along, even though Yaka Cordova was speaking, but I was a little bit busy, so I didn't follow. And I know maybe he may say, he said a lot of things, but we're going to go into that. But again, the president's speech on yesterday, I don't know how come, but the country very quiet. There are no mixed reactions like we used to see before, like during the former president, where by the time you get through speaking, you hear people come here with their own analysis about things and so forth. But again, I mean, all is good anyway. So again, like we listened yesterday and listen to the president, and the president champion their case to the world leaders. So far, these are happening back home, and we are good.
Okay, thank you. These are happening back home, and we are good. So, so some Liberians are still in the street claiming they're celebrating, or they want to celebrate the birthday of President Weah. Well, that's the right. Everybody has right to, But thank you so much. Very interesting. Tomorrow, we'll play a video here. We'll play a short video here before or while on the show. Mr. Kane, before we get into the president's speech, I know you guys have Chairman Musa Hassan Bilete, former chairman / representative Musa Hassan Bilete here on the show. I listened to it last night.
Yes, yeah, that was yesterday. You're right.
Yeah. So, what is your impression? What say you based on what you know and what's going on in terms of his departure from the Liberty Party? Not only stepping down as chairman, but leaving the entire party. What does that? What from a political standpoint? What signal does that send?
It means that he has something bigger than what we are saying. He has something different in mind, or something else is going on that we don't know. Not everybody is privileged to. It means that enough is enough. Since we have fought and have won everywhere, we have shown strength. So now I know that I want you in every aspect. So me leaving doesn't mean you are strong. I'm telling you that I'm gratefully leaving because it's not worth it. It means that normally now, and they have the opportunity now to showcase what they have in store, because they never be at the helm of the leadership, and to the level that they are right now when it comes to the rescue government. They both are well placed in terms of their position. Senate President and chairperson um, on foreign affairs, and they are well placed when it comes to making the rescue money. And the rescue team is all about making money. So probably Musa Belete is no longer needed because he don't want to have been taking care of the Liberty Party throughout since Ponskin was there from 2017 to now. Now they have the money. I'm not sure whether they have they have enough support to win any presidency. I'm not sure about that. But I know those who were angry that Musa Belete is taking the Bassa People Party from there should be jubilating, should be happy. Maybe the Bassa People Party now has returned to the Bassa people. And hopefully they will make up, good use of it and probably produce the next president. You never know.
Yeah, but because it didn't make sense to me that after all the fight, Chairman Musa Belete, the money spent going to court, the emotional, physical, and psychological toll it took on him for maybe 2 or 3 years before the election, the back and forth, which created some animosity. And I'll say practically the split of the party for Chairman Musa Hassan Belete to walk away. So I mean, for the common man, for me, let me say it clear. Something, whether you like Musa Belete or not, whether you support him or not, you will have to agree with the fact that there are some things that he does that are strategic. His positionings in some areas and in some things at some times. So this move, we're following very carefully and very, keenly to see what happens next. But we're also following to see what becomes of the Liberty Party that Yombi Kanga and Dilonso wanted. We want to see what becomes of that Liberty Party now. Now that they have everything to their disposal, that they can do whatever they want to do. Let's see what happens. Let's see how to rejuvenate like you said, the morale, the momentum, and so forth of the Liberty Party. And like you said, they've been stealing money, so maybe they can infuse some of the stolen money in there and see what they can do. But anyway, overall, Mr. Kane, what's your impression of the president's address?
I didn't want to be the first. The reason because I don't want my opinion to sway anybody's opinion. Maybe you and me can get your stuff because I don't want to. Maybe we're looking at it two different lengths.
Okay. Maybe,
Yeah.
what's your impression? Send your own ground, I will go after you.
Yeah. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you, maybe and I will give my own opinion later on.
Yeah. So again, thank you. Like I said, are you sure? Sometimes after the president talk, sometimes people critique and they say what they want to say and take on their own observation about it. But again, yes, the president talk about drug. So let me see for me, because the president, in fact, have two major things already. If I cut my attention, that have to do with drugs or drug, and that of the unemployment rate or poverty. Let's just say that way, because the president talk about poverty. Almost half of the population, they are into poverty or they are living in poverty. So, for me, if you are calling for drugs to say that you want to fight drugs, I think you should start the way you started first with the drug text and so forth, or even going as far as even reducing the drugs budget. And at the same time, you're coming back to say people should come and join you to even fight drugs. Then I don't know how you really going to do it. So for me, I think the president had to double up when it comes to the drug issue, because to go to the international forum and talk about fighting drugs, and you yourself you are reducing the budget of drugs. That alone is a serious contradiction. And let me be frank, our young people, they are dying on a daily basis. So the just go somewhere and say, okay, I want you to come and join me so we can fight drugs, and you yourself, you have no budget. Nobody going to fight drugs with 5,000 and not going to work. So like what we saw 1,000 in the budget that they talk about, or the money that we spend. That was so small. So you can't fight people that bringing millions worth of drugs or that making money. You want to fight them with thousands, it won't work. So for me, I think the president had to double up on that. And with poverty rate, he's right. Look, thank God that they are own rescue people. Maybe find that one thing as you give their credit, that the rescue supporters themselves, they are going through the pain, they are going through everything, and they are coming up, speaking out to somebody else. So if you sit there and say, okay, yes, the poverty rate, the unemployment rate is high. Now you are paying people 15,000 USD per month. Is that a contradiction? So again, so far for me, these are some of the few things that I've really seen from the president's speech, and the president had to double up to make sure that at least all the things that you talk about, when you come back home, you should be able to work on all of these things. Make sure that Liberian people get what they want. Simple. Thank you.
Thank you, Milborn. Monk, welcome to the show. We had, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank God. Another day.
Yeah, I'm
Been
not
busy,
sure.
and I'm gonna get way busier than what it is right now. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you followed the president's speech yesterday to UN General Assembly. But if you didn't, I think we have it in the chat room. We have the transcript in the chat room. What is your take overall? What's it do?
For me, I got a different approach when it comes to these global organizations, because when you do a deep dive into their objective, you find out that they are mostly contradictory. Typical example, the IMF. The IMF was created after World War II. We call it Bretton Woods Institution. The main reason the IMF was created was to gather funds to rebuild Europe. That's why they call it Marshall Plan. That was the whole idea. These people, when you look at their objective and why they claim that they are targeting like the sustainable development for 2020, and their action contradict almost everything in the world, whether it's about global peace, whether it's about security, whether it's about food shortage, about eradicating hunger, it's the total opposite. You look at a country like Liberia, typical example. You get something you call the extended credit facility. No, IMF love corrupt country. They love stupid leaders that they can build more, because when you are a risky borrower, they increase the interest rate. You go to a country like Ukraine, you go to a country like Moldova, they get in 1% interest on the loan. You come to Africa, you charge them anywhere between 23 to 27%. Simply saying you want to keep them in poverty. You're looking at a country that can finger her own budget, that can misappropriate, spend out of her own budget, but you are giving them 204 million in the name of extended credit facility. Why do you think they are doing that? So when a man like Joseph Boaga comes to the UN talking about his arrest agenda is in line with the Sustainable Development Act, it's a waste of my time. I don't even watch it. Maybe I will just read the transcript to get an idea as to what he's saying, because I know a man who is serious, a former agriculture minister, will be making better appropriation in terms of food security. He will be fighting on drugs, but he's talking about 60% of the population are youth. Why are you doing for the youth? You come here with these for nothing speeches. You use taxpayer resources, you attend these conferences, you go back when you do worse. So why is it essence? It's the same old thing. Every year you come here September, you eat some nice meal, sleep in some hotel. At the end of the day, somebody just come and rest something for you to go and deliver. But when you look on the ground, your words cannot even match your action on ground. You're talking about fighting drugs. Liberia now is almost a narco state. So why the answer are you coming to war leader to create this impression that you got an agenda that is a lot? Look, Steve, when you go to something called the Sustainable Development Act, or the Sustainable Development Goal, they have 17 targets. I even wrote it on a piece of paper. They want no poverty. They want zero hunger. They want good healthcare. Can you talk about good healthcare in Liberia? With all the money being received from the United Nations, other international organizations, can you make the case that Liberia got better healthcare? They want quality education. They want gender equality, which is fancy word for gay and lesbian. That one we know what already. They want affordable clean energy. We cannot even provide a basic legislation by talking about global warming and greenhouse gas. How can you make the case for greenhouse gas in Liberia? In Africa as a whole, when it comes to climate change, we produce or we contribute less than 4% of the total pollution of greenhouse gas in the world. But guess who becomes the victim the most? Africa. So when I see our African leaders coming here with their late speeches, they're like, I can get like, just focus on our people back home and leave global affairs. Because you can't even do the basic thing at home. And you want to come here and come pretend like you got something good. It's just a waste of time, but that's it. That's just how the world operates, and they must come and do what they need to do. But for me, I don't pay too much attention, because if you cannot do the least thing at home, why make you think you can have an impact on the global stage? See, it's a waste of time.
Well, Mom, thank you so much. I bear similar sentiments, but I want to go a little deeper. Tomorrow we'll play some of that short video. Tomorrow we will. You know, when they did the Truth and Reconciliation and how all the warlords, they have Burma H family there, and Prince Johnson and everybody were talking. I took my time to listen to them one at a time. Can you imagine some of them? The testimony is about 3 hours long. I took my time and listened to them. There is a reason Joseph Boaga is praising ECOWAS in the UA in his speech and in showing Liberia solidarity and making statements such as Liberia will not participate in any proxy war or anything. Few days ago, if you can recall, there was a breaking news on SKTV about Claude TV. We told you about Claude TV on the show. Look, when you start to understand some things and see some things, you don't just think the way you used to think. When you have certain information to your disposal, the way you see things is different. Let me say it to the Liberian people. Everything you hear Joseph Boaga reading is staged. It is staged. You're not part of the equation. You not think the Liberian people in Joseph Boaga are. The Liberian people in Joseph Boaga are like dead. Let me give you an example. This is what Joseph Boaga said. And for me, I'm one of the people who can, when you lie, say you lie. You talk true, I say you talk true. Joseph Boaga said, quote, Liberia is facing a job crisis that is affecting our youth and jeopardizing the country's future. This pandemic driven by, this pandemic driven by criminal enterprises, their networks, and poses a severe threat. Now listen to the next paragraph, what Joseph Boakai says. In response, we have now only declared the drug epidemic a health emergency and a national security threat, but we have also taken steps. Now listen, when I tell you, say, Joseph Boakai can lie, you say we're disrespectful. But he's an international liar now. He's not only a local liar, but he become an international liar. Let me read that part, because these are some of the things that can make some of us to get annoyed when you it's like treating somebody, you know what you're doing is bad for them, but you think they're stupid, they don't know. In response, we have now only declared a drug epidemic a health emergency and a national security threat, but we have also taken steps to address this issue by establishing a dedicated national body to tackle drugs abuse in Liberia. Y'all got any dedicated national body in Liberia to tackle drug abuse? When Joseph Boakai and Sean them passing around selling drugs and meeting with drug laws? But let's move on to the last thing he said. I urge the international community to join Liberia in addressing the escalating drug crisis. Lemon said, if you can't do anything for your people, who told you the international community, IMF then will give you 20 million, 2 million, 200 million, or whatever it is? Only because they want you to do certain things at that time and you were doing it. One of Joseph Boakai's biggest fear is to be overthrown. He don't want to be overthrown. He don't want to leave the presidency. That's why you see him sucking up and talking all the political funny things and talking in his speech. But that one will keep it for tomorrow. Mr. Kane, I will rest because I believe, in my honest view, President Joseph Boakai only went to the UN to lavish the Liberian pool money, waste our time, lied internationally with both faces. At his age, he's still lying. And I think it's very disrespectful that he'll be lying. But anyway, it's up to you.
Thank you so much, Steve, and thank you, Monk. You guys said it very, very well, and Mabon as well. The reason why I wanted to be the last person is I didn't want to be the first to talk, and I didn't want people to think, okay, maybe you guys are just following what I think. None of us have spoken to each other since the speech. You guys spoke your mind as you see fit. For me, if you are not a Liberian, if you don't follow Liberian politics, if you don't know President Joseph Boakai, and you listen to this speech, you will believe, you will think the speech was well crafted. You would think Joseph Boakai is a good leader. You would think Liberia is making progress, especially if you listen and hear somebody talking about how much they have invested in the fighting drugs, when in fact, when they have taken away what was initially pledged to fight drugs from 1.9 million to 400,000. Yeah. When you listen to Joseph Boakai's speech, you talk about they fighting, trying to establish justice, that they have established an office that will establish war and economic crimes court. When you listen to that, you will say this is serious mandate government. You don't know Liberia. Mm-hmm. So you will believe that these things are just happening right now. that these actions are going on right now. If you listen to it, Joseph Boakai speaking, talking about, their stand on Israel, the two-state solution, you would think that Joseph Boakai government is kind of serious money government. For international viewer and those who are not following Liberia and they don't know much about Liberia, it was a good speech. For knowing Joseph Boakai, first thing I noticed was he's now too well. He was leaving a lot of words, a lot of letters in the words. Some area even when he said the non-permanent seat and other, there are a lot of areas if you listen to it, King. I took my time to listen to it word for word. He left a lot of letters within the words, or sometimes, like say when you're supposed to say non-permanent, he will say permanent, stuff like that. Because he's not well, he's old. He doesn't know what's going on. They can just write and do some rehearsal and then go and read it. Reading speech or speeches and mean exactly what you're saying is different. Joseph Boakai read a speech to the word. But Joseph Boakai knows, and those who wrote the speech, they know very well that Joseph Boakai's speech is all illusions. It's all deceptions. It's all lies and only meant to paint the good picture of Liberia to the outside world, which is okay. But if you do that outside, then back home, people know that you are lying. People know that you be deceitful. Then that becomes a problem for you. Liberians listening right now in Liberia, they know very well. Somebody will be very angry. Just about to say he's fighting drugs. You have established a party to fight drugs. When you had leaders of the anti-drug group being suspended for 4 months, no leadership. When you go into Guinea-Bissau to meet with drug cartels, when your son is a known and active mover of drugs. But Joseph Boakai is right. I think he did well, because that's what Liberian people want. That's what Liberian people deserve. They say our leaders are reflection of us. You see us in our leaders. People will choose. People will follow. People will entrust with power. They are a reflection of us. So, long matter short, Joseph Boakai is the Liberian president. And this is what Liberia deserves right now. Until Liberia can be ready to do what is right for the Liberian people. But until then, this is what we have, and we will accept it as such. But we will not just rest. We will not cave in. We will not shy away from shining lights on the flocks when they happen, or also calling them out when they lie. But that's what Liberian people deserve, and that's what they get. Back to you, Steve. Hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kanye. Thank you so much. Just as you said, it's frustrating that, like Monk said, our leaders keep going to cycle. He talked about the healthcare. It's a healthcare crisis. What did they do to the healthcare budget? They took some money from the healthcare budget too, to tell you that their priorities are not in the right place. When you say it, then they get vexed. Now, folks, for those of you who are onto the IMF money business or whatever it is, you are hyped up about, you are afraid about. Let me tell you something. You know what? you know who on the line for the IMF money? That 209 million or 10 million was approved. You know who on the line for it? You think they think they're happy because it's all happy? That brings Johnson on the line. That brings Johnson on the line. If you're getting out, the sun is stealing out. They're gonna deal by itself. King Johnson is out. Tomorrow we'll play a video. That 210 million you're talking about. It's a guaranteed seal thing. These things are not mutually exclusive. They're not somebody just wanted to want to do well. These things are well planned, calculated, and they are meant to be implemented as they are supposed to be. So, I mean, Mark, your president said they're ready to. They're not going to let anybody to use them as proxies. Has Liberia been used as proxies for war in the Western area? What say you?
Oh, but that's why they got a permanent membership and they got voting procedure, because when you are on the Security Council, when it comes to whether it's the authorization of war or whether it's about peace treaty, even though you don't have veto power, but you have a voice when you're on that UN Security Council. That's why the 15. There are 193 members, but the 15 are the one that are the decision making when it comes to the UN General Assembly. So yeah, in most cases, countries like Liberia are puppets. They are just there in name only, but the big boss will call the shot. So countries that have leverage over the smaller country, where do you think they're going to go? You think Liberia want to go to a UN conference that America authorized war? Liberia will say no. If Zambia were on the UN Security Council and China say we want to go to war with a veto power, you think Zambia will say no? Any country you got leverage over are the country you use to push this agenda, because they are not the one making the decision, even though that's why it look like, but that's not the goal. The goal is to make it seem like the game is fair, but there are only 5 calling the shot, and these are the major power. Now, you got Mali, you got Burkina Faso and Niger. So if Russia say we are going left, what do you think will happen to the African country? Because Russia now has leverage over them. It's no longer the French. So the whole thing about this global organization, like, it's all done with an intent and a motive. And unfortunately, they were not created for poorer countries. Let me give you one typical example. Recently, we talked on the show that Liberia was on the verge of being a risky borrower, right? And you can remember recently when they talked about we were exceeding the limit for our debt. Okay, if you had to just put your common sense together, why is it that the IMF and the World Bank would tip Liberia just a few weeks ago of being a risky borrower and then come out within 2 weeks and give you a loan of 204 million?
Yeah, they say they extended their debt.
What's going on, Steve? I don't know. We're hearing some background noise somewhere.
That's how I was talking. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about. I think we're getting enough feedback from him.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback from his saying, but I think it's okay now.
Mr. Kana, what say you? Do you think Liberia has been used as practice for war? Because your president brought up political conversation in there. I don't think that's what they're even talking about. Why do you think? Why do you think Joseph Boakai felt the need? Why do you think Joseph Boakai felt the need, especially to point at the OAU or AOU or whatever you want to term them as, or all these African organizations over there, and pledging solidarity to them?
Because you want them to vote for them. You want them to vote for Liberia to get the non-permanent seat. Yeah, that's the reason. Sierra Leone supposed to be there. I think they have. I think they're going to be. The Sierra Leone is supposed to be leaving, and Liberia won it. So Liberia want people to vote for them. Even the international community, all that statement you heard about, we want immediate ceasefire in Gaza, and we want we support two-state solution. All those things are very popular at the United Nations, but the far permanent members of the United Nations are the one that holding, especially the United States. So those things are things that are popular with the non-permanent members. They are to vote to add Liberia. Liberia got to speak in a tone that other people like to hear. It's all it's all politics. Nothing sincere about anything.
But it just came from Japan, though. They just came from China. So what is the game here?
I'm telling you. So the Japan and the China thing, the United States is paying attention to America, to Liberia, like Mon said. These people, we are having, the fight for power, the fight for leverage, the fight for control. It's ongoing behind the scene. And people want to leverage, they want power, they want to make sure that you're on their side. So Liberia now trying to play like the beautiful girl in the town. I want to be with Paul, I want to be with Peter, I want to be with John. At the end of the day, you might not be with any of them if you don't be careful. So Liberia want to be on the good side of Russia, on the good side of China, on the good side of the United States. And among all of those countries, our traditional ally is the United States. Anything that compromises the interest of the United States, that would be a rescue move. Since it's a rescue mission, that would be a rescue move, and it will be done at the detriment of the country, because Liberia is not independent. It's not independently independent. We have sovereignty, but we cannot survive on our own. We depend on handout. We depend on other countries, especially the United States, to survive in terms of anything and everything. So when it comes to the issue of Liberia going to receive X amount of money from IMF and this and that, it's all about how much they can get to enrich themselves and how much debt they can put Liberia into. Average Liberian don't know, they don't care. They don't care. As long as they hear that Zulubaga bringing money, they feel like, a good thing.
Yes.
Because they don't know. Somebody said, when we were talking, I saw somebody here writing, saying that, but bad credit don't get loan. That's not true. Maybe you need to really learn about America and the global economy. Bad credit get more loan than good credit, because bad credit comes with more interest,
and what it brings after
payment, and with the possibility of repossession or foreclosure. So bad credit, they give you the loan, whether for house, for car, for anything, they will give it to you. They will tell you if mom with good credit, mom's supposed to get a car for $30,000 with good credit, and mom be making $150 to $50 a month. If I have bad credit, that car mom getting for $30,000. If I'm getting it, I will get it for $45,000. If mom's supposed to be paying $150 a month, I'll be paying $300 a month. That's how it works. Same thing. In fact, if you got bad credit, you want something, if mom's supposed to go with zero initial payment, you call it a down payment. If mom's supposed to get a house with zero down payment, or maybe with $5,000 down payment, if I want that same house, if I got bad credit, I'll have to pay down payment. That one I got to do with the money they're going to be paying you. You got to pay maybe $15,000, $20,000 instead of the $5,000 more is paying. So who you think they want to give it to more? The men who paying more money or the men who paying less money? People, yeah, Steve, you're muted. It's about the person that paying more money.
The one who pay more money because you want.
So that's how it works. So imagine it is going to get down payment from 5 people. 2 of them got good credit. The 3 people got good credit. The other people paying 500, 5,000, 5,000, and then the other, that one, 2 people win the money. Let's say 6 people now. The 3 people win the money. That $45,000, $15,000 each. Then the other 3 people got winning 15,000. Who do you think they will get to? 45,000 or that 15,000 they will go for? So people go for the bad credit, country then that are bad, country then that got loan, country then that are careless, country then that got vulnerable and gullible people in the country that will go for anything that will say. Even right now, somebody here now saying, Joseph Barker, thank you. For that one, he believed that it's everything is about supporting who is supporting, it's about party, it's about, standing up against SKTV. Anything they say, you got to refute it. Anything you got to say, you got to debunk it, or you got to say some bad thing to make them angry. So Joseph Boakai, whether he succeed, whether he's doing good or not doing good, all he thinks about is just to say something to make you angry. There are people who say, you came mama, you came papa, I'll vote for you. Because they speak out of anger. They didn't speak with their brain. They speak with whatever, that the gut feeling is. So we have people that are in Liberia. They're not just few people. They are our constituents. They are in large number, and you should be afraid of the power of stupid people when they are in good number, because they can do anything. They can affect your life forever. So yes, everything that you're talking about. Let me tell you something about ECOWAS. Do you know ECOWAS told Joseph Boakai, if he wants to be taken seriously, he should hand over Clo PV to the Guinean government. So Joseph Boakai is afraid. But for the most part, one of the main reasons why Joseph Boakai is catching up to all these countries and stuff is about getting their vote, getting their support for Liberia to get the non-permanent seat at the United Nations. And when they get, let me tell you something, Liberia is opportune to get that. They will use it the wrong way, because for them it's all about money, getting money. For somebody country and say, okay, we need your vote for this, for that. In fact, they will start getting each other as to who's going to be Liberia, ambassador to the United Nations. That will be catching a vote for Liberia, because they will see that as money-making things. So Liberia is just backward, unfortunately. Our mindset is different. We don't get into things with understanding. People will just follow. You see, one of them will hear, bad credit don't get loan. If you don't know, you don't know. You don't have to be a financial expert. All you need to do is just read. And we are not just reading, we have lived it. At some point, I've had a credit score of 780. I've had the worst credit in my life as well. So I know exactly how things look like, how things can look when it's good for you and when it's bad. I've had bad credit. I've purchased home. I've purchased car. I've purchased trucks. I'm talking about big summer truck, not one. I've done all of those things. I've been through a lot of credit challenges. And I've also been on the brighter side of having a good credit. I know exactly how it works. So if you don't know, you don't know. Just keep quiet and listen to people to educate you. That's what I got to tell you, Steve.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what Melbourne. I think Melbourne went for the break. Did they go for the break?
Yeah, they go for the 15-minute break. So in about 4 minutes, we'll come back.
Yeah. When Melbourne comes back, we'll open the lab up.
So Steve, moving forward, let's try.
Mm-hmm.
If we can always, do we can always sacrifice and then go beyond limit. Let's try to always end the show when the radio people are going, so we can overwork ourselves.
I agree.
Yeah. So whenever because some people on the radio that they can be like, oh, okay, when the radio is now is different. But once we are on the radio from the start of the show, when the 2 hour limit reaches, what we need to do when we have about 10, 15 minutes to go, start winding down. Exactly time for the radio to go, we all go. Because it's important that people follow the show throughout to the end. A lot of people can be listening to on the radio. They can be so, angry when the radio is off, then they don't have data to listen to us. They can miss a lot of things. Anything that we can cover within the 2 hour time. 2 hours is a lot of time. All we need to do, we gotta make good use of the 2 hours instead of wasting time on non-issues. We discuss all the good issues we want to talk about, or we can play whatever we want to do. When the 2 hour reach, anything we don't cover for that day, we can do it the next day. There's no urgency of now. There's no rush for anything. Liberian people are not serious. Let me be honest with you, especially when it comes to politics. Some people you can trust, some people you can think that they got sense. When they talk, they open their mouth, you be like, wow. Yeah. I mean, politics should not be so personal. It should be about the issue. It should be about the people. It should be about the country. Let me give you a common example. When SKTV, before the election, do you know how many people subscribe to be on your stakeholder list? You have close to 40 people.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they? Some of the people are very responsible people. But where are they? Some of them even left without even telling you. Because people go for fame. People go for, most of them are situational people. And you will come by again. Let's say you decide not to do show right now. You come by again 3-4 months from now, the same people will come back. Yeah. So you know what? There are so serious minded people. But when you know about people, then you know what? Yeah, I saw the other day someone were begging Costa to come back. Costa, come back. Costa said, "I'm coming out nowhere." You already let your president do with it.
Wait, you say you can go for 4-5 years when you come out.
You go for 1 year right now. When you come back, the same people that will come back again. Even the one we come out there, the one that said they're going to boycott you, the one that will come out first. Even all the rescue,
go ahead, you're saying something.
Sorry, all the rescue children that were insulting Costa. If Costa comes today and say, you know what, start supporting Joseph Jimapuaka, all of them will come by again and start praising Costa. That's funny people. They used to be insulting Steno Witherspoon was supporting Jowia government, CDC. They are the one that worshiping Steno Witherspoon today.
Oh, yeah.
They're not serious minded people. They're not the one that are fighting because Steno Witherspoon got something going on. So Witherspoon got something going on. He want to sound sometimes like he is actually fighting Joseph Baga government. Not fighting Joseph Baga government. The Steno Witherspoon fighting people that he doesn't like and doesn't want to see. He feel like they didn't do much to deserve the position that they are in within the Joseph Baga government. And they put Joseph Baga fighting. That's why he will fight. They will say, Joseph Baga that I know he will do the right thing. Because does he want Joseph Baga to be mad at him? Does he want Joseph Baga to do anything funny? So he want to make sure he continue to promote his staffing agency that can provide employee to Joseph Baka government. Staffing agency is the Spoon Network. If you won't get hired, you go through there. You will be hired temporarily, maybe you will get permanent position later on. So that's why all the people then that are, you can see over there, they care less about integrity, they care less about honesty, they care less about anything. All they want is fame, is name, is, they want to work in government. So
Yeah.
and those who don't work in government, those who are just supporters, even those in government that are working in government right now, they got nothing to do with United Party. They all want to do with Student Witherspoon serious simply because they want to be, sane. They want to see 3,000, 4,000 people watching them. Yeah. Even though the Japanese or the Chinese or the Indian people, they don't care. So long as the number show, whether the fake number or some other number show this how many of thousand people. Steve, you know how you can know? America get 300 plus million people. When Kamala Harris got millions of people following her. When Kamala Harris is live, you see 800, 1,000, 1,200, 2,500, 300. They got millions of followers. But then, when Stephen Witherspoon get 1,000 followers, you add 3,000 to it, you show 4,000 followers. Because you get free money. You get free money, you may steal millions of dollars. So you can add as many people, as many number of Indian people as he wants. Who cares? But yet, some people in politics, they go for that. Oh, you make a plenty of people following you. You make a big viewer. Even Costa used to do the same thing. Costa said, when we reach 1,000, then we start talking. When Costa can, you put the fake number on before you look. In less than 5 seconds, 1,000, 2,000 people watching Costa. All be rushing to go there. When you say Costa, you hear human being in your account and nobody can show face because you put that there. So, Liberian people, Steve, to be honest with you, I'm not mad at them, but I don't take most of them seriously.
Yeah.
Very few people, there are people that I respect. Among men and women, there are people that I really, really respect. But majority of Liberians are not serious-minded people. You don't waste your time on them. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about their reaction. Don't worry about what they will do or what they will say. They are nothing behind it.
I know. Yeah. So we're back after the news bulletin, but there's this news that I just want to inform you people about and our listeners and our followers that allegedly that a 23 years old man by the name Mohammed Jallo Mohammed Jallo commit suicide at the Chocolate City community. That is the latest news coming from that part of Liberia, in fact, the national capital. That Mohammed Jallo, 23 years old man, allegedly commit suicide. Reason why we are still investigating. The team are there already to fill us in as to what led to the man committing suicide. So yes, we're back after the news. But I will follow you people, and let me just chip in quickly before I take over to you people. What you were saying, it was just quite interesting that in the Liberians and some of our followers, some of our people, that's just the kind of life that we live. Seku, that even if you sacrifice all of your time here to be in fact to be 100% perfect, when you leave, they say, they jump. That's it. They don't give you when you are sacrificing. They don't care about you. They care about people who are fake. They care about people who are lie to them. And that's just the kind of life that we live here, especially the politicians.
Well, thank you, Milborn. Milborn, let's open the. Mo, do you have any other thing you want to add up before we open the line here? Let's say who said we'll be on time. We'll go.
Yeah, not really. I think Seku cover ground on most of the issue when it comes to the whole IMF and all this stuff. We know it's a joke. We know it's not there for the poor country. That's why leaders who are really serious about their country, they focus on their domestic policy and think and strategize way to make their country a better place. They don't follow the international conferences, World Bank, World Health Organization, the other one here and there, because they know at the end of the day, these people say their action contradict all their. Steve, you want to look at the Sustainable Development Goal or 17 and tell me that you want me to believe like bro will meet those benchmark in the next 6 years because it's Vision 2030. You looking at a country that can barely provide a basic, and you want to tell me that we'll be able to meet all those benchmarks within the next 6 years. Look at the thing they put there recently, just before we go to the last, Steve. The whole idea of the something called the extended credit facility, the whole idea was to help, or how to call it, impoverished and poor country to reduce poverty and to do something called balance of payment. Balance of payment is just offensive word saying when you do business with the rest of the world, how much goods you are importing into the country versus how much goods you are exporting. Don't forget in Liberia during the 70s, we're exporting things like battery, mattress, vinyl, tar, sugar, shrimp, crawfish, and everything. We were exporting. Now, if you are going to put a country in a huge debt with higher interest rate, how can you tell me you are going to do balance of payment when you are already digging hole for them to go further into debt, for them to go further into poverty, and then you come to a UN General Assembly and tell that, you know what, we got to go, you must reinstate there. When you are the chief architect in making sure that this country become even poorer by putting a lot of debt on them, and Sekou said it right, the banks are not interested in good burial. They love risky burial because the bank is into profit making. And how can you make profit? You go for the risky burial, you get a higher interest rate because that's why you said their interest rate high in the first place. You look at a president that can call the Senate pro tem and the Speaker of the House under the secrecy of darkness to go and remove budget line and influence the budget, and you telling me that Liberia will be able to eradicate poverty? Policemen make less than 125. And Chosa Poga talking about income inequality. I got called this video, I got very straight. Income inequality, I mean, mother car cost 96,000. People who are nurses and teachers and doctors, they are making nothing more than 150. And you want to tell me that you're talking about income inequality at the United Nations? My brother, is a waste of time. Let's go to the line here for our people.
Yeah, but quickly before we go to the line, income inequality, and that's a good point that you raised. Income inequality, they made laws beyond the George Weah-led administration for almost 6 years about the harmonization issue. Since they came by, they have done nothing about it.
And before we go to the last, Steve,
I don't understand.
You know, when I tell you, say, Liberia people, we're not serious-minded people. I don't take them seriously. There are a lot of them that I don't even trust them when they talk. And to me, I don't got no respect for them. I will not blame them for their decision what they make, but I don't got no respect for them. I don't expect much from them. Even if you ask them right now, okay, Judo Burger is bad. Judo Burger did X, Y, and Z. Who you think can change Liberia right now? You say that Joe Weah. So it is not Joe Weah, then a Joseph Boakai. It is not Joseph Boakai. All the other good people there, you will not mention their name. And when you mention good people, for example, you mention people like Komi, you say, oh, Komi will not be president of their country. For what? No reason. Because they're stupid. Because they don't know good things. All they care about is, you know, yeah, if you're not Joseph Boakai, let it be CDC. And the majority of the people who are supposed to be actually doing the right thing, they are tired. They feel like their country not going anywhere. They just giving up. They are giving up on the country. So people now who are politically, attacked, who follow politics every day, they don't have mind of to decide what is good for the country. What they do, they follow their political godfathers, people who give them crops, people who give them their leftover, and just follow them so they can make decisions. They don't even know what's good for them. So when you're talking, don't expect from Liberia and Liberian people. For me, I'm not giving them, but I know nothing good will come out of Liberia as long as people continue to think the way they are thinking.
I want to ask you quickly before I go to the line. How come some of our officials, because you just said something very, very interesting, that you don't have, you don't really care about the way some of our people behave and so forth. So let's move on to some of the government officials. How come some of them, even with all of the allegations, sometimes be glaring, and they don't care for them to even resign?
The reason for what? The reason is they know the people who talking, they are talking, and how far they're going to talk for. The things they believe. You can do anything. My man, look at Liberia. Somebody who kill you, you kill my man, you kill my pa, I will vote for you. Even you don't kill me, you don't kill my, you don't kill my, but if you kill somebody else, and I know I will not support you, right? But you say kill my man, I will support you. People are going to school. You say you educated, you're not educated, I will vote for you. You sponsor war, you not sponsor war, I will vote for you. You dead body, you in a coffin, you in a graveyard, we will vote for you. What kind of people are those people? So people believe you can do anything you want to do. You're not doing it to anybody. Few people among them will get angry. They will want a little bit, but after 2 weeks, something else happened. They will forget about what happened yesterday. They move on again. So that's why the leaders in Liberia, they don't take the Liberian post seriously, because they know they can do anything and nothing will come from out of it. Nothing will happen. They will get no reason. Nobody going to do anything to them. People see people who even are angry at them. Tomorrow, when they call them and get them some bag of rice or cup of rice, or even get them $20, people that say yesterday you corrupt, you roll, you did that. You call them tomorrow, get them bag of rice, and they will go and vote for the same person again. So why should people worry? They know you're stupid. To them, you're very stupid, and you'll be here telling them, yeah, I'm stupid. So that's the reason. They care less about them because they know they are nothing, and nothing behind their noise.
Yeah, imagine a whole country. Imagine a country. You pull warrant arrest of Samuel 12. Samuel 12 walks by in the country and a group of people celebrating.
Yeah.
Yes. Walks scot free. But not only that. Imagine the people are excited only because Joseph Boaga goes out.
Yes.
Nothing about. But they go receiving to the airport because he traveled on behalf of the country.
Yeah.
Who thinks that way? But
Steve, you don't think that it's because of poverty? For example,
no, not poverty.
No, I come in 1 minute, because let me tell you, sometimes we go through some of these things.
See, poverty has something to do with it.
Good. Because most of the things, Steve, is because of poverty. Let me be frank. If, like, for example,
it's not all to it, but it's part of it.
Yes. See me today, Mabel. Do you expect me, with all of the, even some of the hard times someone goes through? Sometimes we believe that our integrity comes first. So we'll not be somewhere and be seeing ourselves. We want to hear that. But here's the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, I agree that some of our people, they can be brainwashed. And some of the educated folks also help to manipulate the mind of our people in the name of, Steve, a good person, he sees Steve that this, Steve that. And some of our folks, they depend on their children they send to school to open the way for them, to tell them about Steve, to tell them about Seku or another business monk. But I will go and tell my people back home and tell them, Steve Gudo, forget about Seku.
No, before you go to the line, let me tell you why, in the case of Liberia, it has nothing to do with poverty. You see, everywhere people grow up, it has everything to do with our culture, our religion, the society, and the family origin we have. Are the three factors that are making us to be like that. First of all, if your religion is corrupt, if your religion is not teaching you what is right, like the Christianity in Liberia, 99% of the Christians in Liberia are inherently corrupt. They are not, in fact, the people who are teaching them, or whoever it is, they are not teaching them what is right. The second thing, We have a culture and a society that has enabled gullibility. You celebrate people who commit crime. For example, the reason why you see Aricos moving to Aricos for war, Aricos to for war in Aricos. But guess what happened? They ensure the people who did wrong, they held them accountable. You get someone like Prince Johnson who say, because to kill the Nima people, so that when he killed the Prince people and he killed those, that's his justification. And you let Prince Johnson go, you elect him. The people of Nima stood behind and elected him. So when you do these things, when the next generation come and see it, it creates the culture of impunity. It makes the place to low land. No law is there because we as humans, we are governed by law. Look, just the idea that you arrest somebody like Prince Johnson, you arrest Samuel 12 from the airport, he got him off on and carried to jail till he post bomb. It's a sign that you are sending to people that we are serious. But when you let people walk scot-free, Gloria Musu scot, and she walks scot-free, and she out of jail, and she moving around free. Look, let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with poverty. The mentality we have developed in our country, down to the, even our most recent Zoe man, you call the man Zoe man, but the man wearing Gucci shoe, wearing Gucci block, wearing Gucci belt, get iPhone 13 passing around, iPhone Pro Max, and you say you don't take your tradition, your culture serious? You're not ready in our country. I ain't worried about your tradition, your culture.
Steve, we'll talk about this another day, but let me tell you.
Yes, seriously.
Let me tell you the poverty aspect. Somebody went all night, they don't eat. The next day, you come and tell and say, we got rally going on. We want you to bring 5 people. I'll give you $5 US each or $10 US each. The person never ate for 2 days or never getting anything. When they went back Gary and just put low sugar on it and drink. No food, nothing. You tell the man, say, we're coming tomorrow, just about coming tomorrow. You can bring, that's how they can do. They got some people who call it the community organizer. Some of them they call them, they will call them and say, you bring 1,000 people. They will bring 1,000 people. I'm going to give you $10 each. So that $10 each you're going to give to the people then. That person too will go and instead of giving them $10 each, you give them $5 each. I know. And they will tell them, the one that will bring more people, you get more money. The opponent, they will go over there, they don't even know who they're going to receive. All they're going for is their money. And someone will tell you, say, if you don't show face, you will not get your money. So now, if you want to get, $10, you get $5 first. When you show face, when you go there, you must see the president.
But second, you no, but then you finish everything. That's just the point.
That's the problem.
By the way, yes.
So the people they are very vulnerable, and the reason why they try to keep them that way, they don't want to create no job. They don't want to create no private sector job. They don't want to employ the people so they can be getting money on their own, so they can be used that way. So that way they want to keep them in poverty, so they can continue to use them the way they want to use them as a tool. So that's the problem. The people who are in power, they are the ones that actually continue to keep. That's why they continue to keep the country poor. They continue to keep the people poor, so they can use them because they are vulnerable. But again, we can talk about this another. Maybe tomorrow.
Yes. Because just see red light today, they just have a set. Musical set. See people. Look, let me just go to the line, man.
Imagine the whole country. Imagine the whole country. Imagine the whole country. They celebrating. Hey, I got one president holiday. What the president need again?
Former President George, we have birthday.
No, we got one holiday in our national holiday.
Oh yeah, we have started. The man spent 27 years.
Does that make any sense? Why you can't celebrate all the presidents? Why you gotta be one president to celebrate?
You can do president days,
Exactly.
But that can be changed to still as if in the Liberal Constitution they say anything the president do while you're president, you can be held accountable. You do anything you want unless you are impeached. And the president they control all the legislature because they must want to impeach them. But the legislature they call the president the VIP, chief, boss.
Complete
When I
slavery.
go
Let me be frank.
they're going to impeach
Before I
you.
go to the line, we are in slavery. That's just the point.
The
Let me be
slave
frank.
mentality is 100%.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So that's-
Anyway, Steve,
Yeah. So
by the way, after the show, we'll talk.
okay.
If in a minute.
All right. Thank you. My brother, 1 minute now. Please, we gotta go. Yeah, you just talk about what you want to talk about.
Maybe, if you don't mind, I want you to repeat the LeBron number. Some people have been calling me directly. They want to call you.
Yeah, plus 31. They can call me also on the WhatsApp or maybe 0770. I come in. Let me just.
I want you to call LeBron number. Somebody coming from Bonkante, Ghana. They want to talk to.
Oh, okay. 07772859661. That's the LeBron number. 07772859661. Hello. Yeah, my brother, 1 minute because the call is very coming back to back.
Yeah, this is Chassis Cooper, a call from Carfield, bro. You know, maybe on the Baba police square, he that is not faithful in little things cannot be faithful in bigger ones. In our country, we cannot even implement our locals or national laws. Then how will we even implement international laws or treaties? And you see, when it comes to poverty, maybe the bigger one is poverty of the mind. And that's what we are going through seriously in the country. Mindset poverty is the greatest poverty that is eating us. Maybe physical poverty is there, but the mindset poverty, if we don't get rid of it, we are not going anywhere.
All right, the mindset poverty. Today's caller, good evening. Hello.
Yes, sir, you know.
Yeah, my brother, fine. Thank you. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, I'm Musa calling from Kawe.
Yes, go ahead, Musa.
I think the discussion between you people down there, I don't think this is about poverty, seriously. Because when you observe our society, really got nothing to do with poverty. When you observe the bureau man, typical the bureau man, but brother, it's nothing about, you always know that we don't stand for anything. Let me tell you one thing, all the guys that you looking at what they say poverty, just take one of them, you put in, or you even follow back on money, give it to them. Believe me, they will still live that life. It's like an orientation problem, my brother. So nobody will say that's not poverty. Nothing to call poverty. That's our way of, doing things.
All right, brother. All right.
That's what it's serious.
All right, that's our way of doing things. So this caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. 07772859661. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm going for Bento. The city will help me out.
Oh. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes there's a person that say if you're angry and make a decision, at the end of that decision will be far. That will happen to us. And we Isha will never say yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We inside for the next 6 years to this caller. Good evening. Let me see who calling me online. Let me see. Yes. To this caller. Hello. Hello. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Go ahead from Gibby County. Hey, hello, don't come on the show. You can't be 07772859661. That's the number to call in and to be part. You can respectfully disagree. For me, that's the part you can say maybe no. I don't cut you off because I want to
That
cut
person
you
was
off.
funny because Steve say Joseph Baga is a liar, so you don't cause Steve back now.
Okay. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Marco Yakomo Paco Allen.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the fact that there is a poverty nature impact because, like the member says here, most of the kind of fool people, they will even go in, even they go election, but even buy voting and voter registration card for $20. Someone like in a $2, someone like in a $5, voting card, they get a few now from there. I tell you, go with the program, they win election in this country. So they can show the people, they get a small one for another and the road is on that behalf.
Wow.
So poverty impact only.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much, property to have some impact. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Joseph Employee. I join you from Wadla. You see, neighbor, President Waga, I don't think he's very serious to develop the country. Because if President Waga will go to the World Party Forum and decide to lie again, like he has always done to organize. Mr. Waga, he's a pathological liar, and there's no need for him to have such a.
All right. Today's caller, good evening. Oh, yeah. Please move away from the monitor. Hello.
Neighbor, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
And let me say good evening to SLSC President Waga. Someone think about from Prophet this is a day.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Let me use a million to say. Thank to my president for his speech yesterday at the US summit. Look, let me appreciate studio panelists. We accept and welcome everybody criticism, whether constructive or not. But I can say to you on the show that Joe Baga will succeed. The issue about supporter welcoming politician or president at the airport, in all way, in a practical sense, in our society, when you are opposition, people always welcome you. Even Alexander somebody say he good, that he can be a good president. If he come in, he got support that go welcome him. So the issue about Joseph Baga has gone on there and not run as in the country. No, you guys are making mistakes. The person that made that statement, they are making mistakes. Joe Baga have brought dividend. All we can say to you is a matter of time. Joe Baga pull that brought on a good path. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. It's just a matter of time, but they buy 100,000 car. Anyway, waiting for the time. Hello? Yeah. Hello? Hello, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show and thank you for your panelists. You know the SKTV that didn't want to pour into the program.
Oh.
And also with Spoon FM.
I can't. What do we do?
Well, yes,
I wouldn't want to say you're on beach walk.
well, yes, there's reason why we got this all. Paying our children's school fees. They put it inside Bukat, they're not doing nothing.
Oh, so we don't respond anyway.
Bukat, they're not doing anything. So you're going to forward the Bukat, and never see there. And we listen to there, we did the Bukat, over there. So today now we into it. Like SKTV has put everything for you to the foreign.
Oh, all right, thank you. I think you see, it's SK about to boy big 0372859 me and I'm not going to do nothing. You say you're a truck. So let's call up. Good evening. We'll find out. Thank God. Go ahead.
Okay, this is CDC Defending General Abenigo Nature from Colorado.
Okay, go ahead, Beningo.
But there's a difference between CDC and the other party. For example, CDC's administration, we saw school park, we saw inflation from 13 to 8. We saw Johnstown market expanded, we saw thousands of laboratories from grade school for graduating or graduating. And we saw the road connectivity, from 200 to 400 kilometers road connected. I think there were sources that were given a pump. But the current government, since they have theories, I think that difficult thing has taken, and we are there with figure. Go vote that used to be so 150 to lay, that 250.
I say, our labor. Thank you. Our labor, I don't know be doing. Keep a course coming. We take 3 more calls and cross over. I leave about 10 minutes. and we'll cross over to the team so that they can respond to all of the calls before we go. Today's caller, hello. I come in, let me put you on speaker. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Lorena. You said, yeah, go ahead. Anyway. Hello, Chief. We're not getting you club because myself, a super in club. I know how we get higher, I can get profit. Which one are different with us? Tell us so I can know.
Very good. That's a good question you asked. You see, when the poor were running campaign, you people criticize your we are. For example, now, all these things President Bora is doing, breaking the law, all these things, you will just sit down there because you people were there, number one, so we are that thing. Maybe it's the same thing as you there. Yeah, you so here with us, so that today I don't know that President Bora is correct, everything correct. What's that?
All right. Thank you. I thought you said you're going to dip. Anyway, to this call, good evening. Well, the calls keep coming, the line is freezing, and so forth. Keep the calls coming, we'll take a few more calls and cross over to the team so that they can respond to all of you, maybe some of you who have some quants and so forth. Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, remember this hour that is from here. I joined a discussion from one of the legacies of former President William Omega Market.
So good, you have to get to do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, remember, I think today your show, you have to clarify something other than that. You got a public opinion on the whole thing concern.
Oh, what you?
For the beginning of the show, you said we are here and we are good. Can you remember?
But that's a yeah, but we'll go now. Hello. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, thank you so much. I will respond to that, but let me take the call. Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Ibrahim Kamara from Philadelphia.
Yeah, go ahead, Ibrahim.
Yeah, honestly, thanks for the show. First, let me register my picture for me.
No problem. Go ahead, Chief.
When he referred to Steve as a liar, he referred to the person as a liar.
And I cut you off. No, so agree that I cut you off, right? Cool. Oh, go ahead, boss. Go ahead. No, I agree with you. That's why I said at least at the end I cut you off. Not just what matter. Mm-hmm.
Extended credit facility for like you in the tune of 210 million that will be able to stabilize the economy and put some of our people to work. And I also have a deal with me Sekou and Steve. Sekou referred to them people as stupid people, and Steve also tried to insult the indigenous community in Liberia. Is that how we say we are stupid with the capital to us? Yeah, because it was we said we stupid, we like say they can't do that. I hope they want to shoot today. I think it's not really mean Steve and Sekou. Because I hear pretty much so. All
right. Neighbor.
Thank you. I think you have said it all. So yes, so Sekou, Monk, and Steve are back.
So I just want to respond to that person quickly before it get too cold. That person who's talking are the people that we say is stupid because you can listen. I'm telling you that the people that you are electing think that you are stupid. You are telling them, yes, I'm stupid because you are not holding them accountable for what they are doing to you. So for them, you are stupid. But because you are corner, because you are very stupid, You calling now understanding what we said, now you trying to say you want me to call you stupid. You are very, very stupid. Now all the Liberian people, we never call Liberian people stupid. We said because our people are poor, they are vulnerable, they are gullible, the so-called leaders take advantage of them, thinking that the people are stupid because whatever they do to them, nobody's going to hold them accountable. But you just proved me right. Because you don't listen. You came here with a mindset thinking that you want to come here and attack SKTV, attack me, or attack Steve. We never insulted anybody. We're telling you that the way you are behaving, because you're not holding people accountable, because you sell your birthright for food, for a bag of rice, for a cup of rice, for $10, for $5. You made people to think that you are very stupid. They will do anything to you and nothing will come out of it because you told them, yes, I agree that I am stupid. They will do anything to you, you don't care. But you in particular, the person that called, you are very, very stupid because you got to learn to listen and understand exactly what we're saying before you can come here and call and say something. We will never insult the Liberian people. We are here taking our time to educate the Liberian people, to explain to them, to make them to understand what is going on in our country. We are holding our leaders accountable. We'll call them names. They are public figures. When they steal from the Liberian people, we call them out. But the people who are voting them out, they think that people who are voting for them, they are stupid. And your behavior is telling them to, yes, I agree, I'm stupid. Do whatever you want to do to me, and I won't do nothing about it. That's what we said. That's what I said. Maybe Steve can defend himself.
Well, let me say to the caller, I'm unapologetic that, and maybe the caller should tune in tomorrow morning when we come back on. I'm unapologetic that majority of the Christian community, I would say maybe 99% of them, they are partakers of the evil going in Liberia. They are crooks. They are unserious-minded people. They don't even know what they be talking in church. They are scammers, and I stand by it. I'm unapologetic. And you demonstrated your stupidity in public by calling and saying the 10 million, the 210 million for IMS Gate is going to give jobs to Liberian people, is going to do the one, is going to do that one. To tell you how much your brain are working. Which one of the countries on earth just live on borrow. When your people don't borrow the money for them to give it to our people or to invest it so that people can benefit, they take it upon in their own pocket. And you can tell me, say, we'll create job. You're not ready yet. You are not ready, my brother. You are not ready. In fact, you're the cheerleader for the stupid people. I don't want to say it. You are the cheerleader for the stupid people. So, Tato, you get it on the show today. Anyway, to the other callers, thank you for calling, folks. Other one call and said, "Well, I gotta say, Joseph, I gotta lie." Let me tell that other one something. I know you are partner to the stupid group, but let me tell you something. I'm not afraid to tell any president that they lie. And me, that your culture thing where you get in Liberia, what people can use it to abuse you, steal from you, manipulate you, to keep you down. I'm not part of it. Joseph Walker lie. I don't care. Maybe 100 years, I will say he's a liar. I will say anyway, in your face, I will say it. You think I get time to be passing around and say, a grown man go and take paper and lie. He said he established, he said they got drug, they got organization there in the brother, they established a fighting drug. Which one organization? The organization here is some passing around and selling drugs and meeting drug law there. And the organization, you think about those stupid like you, they ain't ready in our country yet. They're not ready yet. He's so tell you when people say, me and my son went to meet drug law there. He's so tell them. I want to tell the UN people, now they can say that I'm nearby low stupid when they want to talk it. Then you say, oh, you can't call the old man lie. Me, I can say old man lie when you lie. Me, I can say it. The rest of the people can react. Yeah, I get time to be diplomatic with stupid people. Stupid people not like diplomacy. Evil people, you can be diplomatic with them. These people are evil. Just about as a certified international and local liar, I say it. The mayor there, you know,
the guy is a liar too.
Yeah, so he was a local liar. He used to be a local liar. He used to be lying like bro. But the man went international and liar. So he's international liar. He's not local liar again. He local plus.
But nothing wrong with calling somebody a liar though. If you
no, that joker. I won't go lie. Means will be on what. Why get time to?
So, but let's listen to Mom before we go.
Yeah, before we go quickly, Mom.
Yeah, when Steve said to the dog like to come here can be high, let her go before him because look,
Yeah.
it's a sad thing. You know, the one I can break my heart, the people, the young people in Liberia that will listen to SKTV all the time and we talk about all these things for them to come here and do the complete opposite. Look, people are not borrowing money to make your life better or to stabilize the economy. They are only putting you further into poverty. We keep talking about the budget here. Do you know how much you are paying in interest payment on the debt? You don't know. Now, every time you borrow money and every time they increase the interest rate, you only get poorer because the money the government is supposed to take to invest in you, they got to service the IMF and the World Bank debt. So, you know, the same thing I can remember when we have a president, when this, you know, we are only called a standard drawing right. That is when you violate your own reserve policy, they charge you 38 cents on every dollar. They get Georgia, I think, 55 million, and Liberia also pay 213 million, including interest. When I can remember on how they call it on Facebook, Paku is strong. Paku, and they say the World Bank will get job with money. Like, who told you they're giving you money? They are only putting. How do you think after we got rid of debt of $4 billion within a short period of time, your national debt now is at 2.45 billion because everybody keeps stealing and keep adding the debt. Your government budget alone, portion of it is being financed by debt. They got to go and borrow again. So the whole idea that you can listen to SKTV, we can try to make things, put things in a simplest form, and you can call you brave enough to call us that Joseph Burger is borrowing money to stabilize the economy. There is a lost cause because he's not borrowing to save your economy. They are borrowing to steal more and make you even poorer than what you are now. That 10, 15 years from now, you'll be paying debt on money that should be used to improve your life. So you are doing the complete opposite. You will be getting worse off. Every time Joseph Burger engaged into extended credit facility or standard drawing right, all the fancy name the World Bank used to give criminals money, you will be paying the price. Your children will pay the price, your grandchildren will pay the price. So your life is not going to get better because they borrow money. No, it's the opposite. And I'm ashamed that you can listen to SKTV every day. We talk about this thing, and yet you still cannot come to agree with reality. That's my parting comment for today. We'll do it again tomorrow.
So, thank you. So quickly before we go, let me say to my brother who said that Liberia is good. Yes, I will always say, well, maybe sometimes I don't know your own interpretation, but like you were saying, yes, there are so many issues. There are so many things back home. There are so many things happening. Even there are students sitting on the floor in Grand Bassa County in school building. It's training around. It's even on the internet. It's true. Why our senators are giving 10,000 to pastors here and there, going to churches and so forth. Look, we know what's going on. But at the end of the day, we'll always say, yeah, Liberia is good. Liberia is better because all some of you pray for today is peace. So you're afraid to even get out there and go and stand before your lawmakers and say, what you're doing is wrong. So today, do the right thing. So again, I know we are peaceful. We are good. Everything is better. So thank God. And my brother, that's it. But nothing is moving when it comes to development. Nothing is very, very moving when it comes to fight against poverty. Liberia stay behind, tackling into poverty, swimming into corruptions, and so forth. So good night. Thanks to all of you, Steve, Monk, and Sekou. Again, on tomorrow.
Yeah, but let's do your closing statement now.
Now, my own closing statement is, people, you all support SKTV. When I'm here, I'm not here. Steve is here, Monk and Melbourne. You support SKTV. When you support SKTV, I'm not here. We will update, but every day is important. We need your support every day. Tomorrow is Friday. Hopefully, you know, most of you will come through tomorrow. That's Monk area, but Monk said that we are now. Monk, my man.
I think tomorrow, just be lecture tomorrow. We'll just be lecturing tomorrow. Like this same thing we're talking about.
We will talk about Liberia tomorrow. We'll talk about the effect of poverty in Liberia and what it means and what are some of the things that we need to do actually to change that trajectory. But yes, Steve, that's it all.
Yeah, folks, yeah, thank you. Let's have a good day. The Melbourne said, tomorrow will be on by the grace of God. Tomorrow, don't miss it because the first few, like I said, the first few minutes we'll play an interesting video. Those of you who are Christian, I want you to listen tomorrow. You take key note. It will start off our conversation. We'll play an interesting video. I want for you to listen, even though it's been a couple of years, but we'll play that video so you can listen. and hear and see some of the things that brought us here today, and some of the things that are still here today, and what these people have been doing. You will see the role, you will hear the role of the church, what it did. You will hear it. You will hear how Liberians lied and deceived themselves, and they tricked each other to kill each other. Tomorrow we'll play, oh yeah. You will hear it. And you will hear it from someone who is part of the clique, who was part of the clique to kill people as well. You will hear it tomorrow. So tomorrow is a good day. We'll be on. For me, I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not diplomat for stupid people. Just so we are clear. I'm not diplomat to Unity Party people, but especially the one that don't understand those sycophantic Unity Party. I'm not part of that your foolishness. I don't take no prisoner. Yeah, I don't take prisoner. I give you 100%. I said it and I stand by it. And I have the fact to corroborate that Joseph Boaga is an international liar. He was a local liar, but he graduated an international liar. I said it. If you think I'm disrespectful, your business, that's your view. What thing concerning your view? You have rights to your view. I'm not stopping you from saying it. I have no issues with you if you want to say it. But you can't dispute the fact that he lied in his UN speech, told the world. He lied. And I will say he lied. I don't care. You can be 100 years old. I'm my business. I'm not worried about that. If my pa lie, say my pa lie. If my man lie, say my man lie. Joseph Boaga lie, say he lie. Joseph Boaga that will again lie. He been lying to you. So when somebody saying lying, you're getting your feeling. You ain't ready here. You got more time to be in your feeling. Because Joseph Boaga lie will tell you saying lie. It is what it is. Folks, you're good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for God, yes, people and culture from here and up out of the